thing that I read online or I watched online actually, where people it's known that like, hey, if I have deadbeat parents or deadbeat father, that I'm gonna become something, right?
Mm,
Like it's just like it's not actually statistical like fact or anything, but like every person who like just seems to be like make it out the hood had a terrible life to begin with.
mm.
And there was this guy who did a skit, and he basically the skit was him wishing he had a deadbeat father so that he could be successful. And his dad just walks in like all cheery, like, "Hey son, how you doing? You want to go out for a catch?" He's like, "Shit," meaning he's never gonna make it in life, which was hilarious. But there was a little bit of truth to that, not in the sense of deadbeat parents, but like just having a tough beginning.
Mm.
So that one cheat code to quote unquote make it, like if your idea of making it is just money, then yeah, being born into wealth or whatever, that's cool. But if the other, if your actual idea of success is to become something, make something of yourself, then I think having like a tough beginning is almost a cheat code.
Mm.
Do you agree?
I agree and I disagree, honestly. I think I disagree more though than I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
Because it to me a cheat code is something that to a certain extent, regardless of your circumstance, if you apply this, you're going to get somewhere. You're going to begin to achieve certain goals that you set.
It's not a cheat code. That's just doing the work. A cheat code like bypasses something. You know what I mean?
I guess the reason I guess I called it a cheat code is because it's so simple. Like it's something that's so simple, yet will get you so far that so many people don't do. That's so maybe it's not a cheat code.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a cheat. That's like saying, "Hey, man, you know, cheat code to A, study."
No,
What?
no, because that's the difference. Because it's like saying, do you know the cheat code to make money? Work. No, it's more so like study. Okay, what? How do you study? What
Oh,
study?
I see, I see, I see. The
Getting into
nuance.
the nuances
My
because
boy,
it's
nuanced.
you know what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of it is in that detail because it's like it's easy to lose weight. Go to the gym. Okay,
Yeah.
what are you doing in the gym to lose weight? What are you doing outside of the gym to lose weight? It's those things that people overlook. They
Mm,
always set these general vague goals of what they want to achieve in life,
mm,
but then they have no practical steps to get there.
mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So to me, now that I think about it, maybe it's not a cheat code, but in my head, like it is a cheat code, and I'll tell you why actually. You know what? And it relates back to what you were just saying, that tough upbringing.
Mm,
To me, one of the biggest things is time management.
huge.
Huge. Why? But I completely lacked it for like 20 years of my life, maybe more. The way I grew up, right? And like, for example, I love my mom to death.
Mm,
And just like anyone would say, best mother in the world,
mm,
right? But she graduated, I think, the sixth grade.
mm-hmm,
So when it came to like academics, when it came to like organization, when it came, these are things that weren't it wasn't something that she could pass on to me. It wasn't something that she could teach me, right? And so tough upbringing doesn't equal making it out of somewhere. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it sets you up for failure because you are lacking in certain aspects that develop character or develop good habits. So time
mm.
management was a habit that I never developed. And when I began to develop it, it was so difficult now to try and to try to develop it that late on because you're trying to achieve bigger things.
Mm.
But instead of me planning for those bigger things, I'm sitting here trying to get organized about even, you know what I mean?
I see what you mean. So I agree, and but I also think there's like two sides of this coin, right?
Hmm,
Yes, if you don't get given certain habits at a younger age, that holds you back. But I'm saying, and like if you don't have resources, for example, like some kids, if their parents had the money to live in a better school district, then they would have maybe excelled in school, sure. But I do think that whoever has the hunger, they're gonna get it no matter what.
hmm,
And sometimes that hunger is only developed, you only get hungry because you were starved. So sometimes that kid that just is in like the best private school, isn't reaching for much because everything's always been at his fingertips. So he may get to like 30, 40, and if those things that he wishes to do are not at his fingertips, it's not worth doing. It's impossible. Because I'm used to just things being easy for me.
Mhm.
Versus if I'm that person who's in a school district or doesn't have the resources, but I have that hunger, I'm used to things not working out for me. I'm used to having to do three, four steps in between this and what seems like the next step, right? I'm used to having to jump through hoops to get what it is I want. And I think that's what I mean by having a hard start.